Greater Gethsemane AME Zion Church. Mrs. Ida Payne, Mrs. Eveline Stewart, Mrs. Evelina Thompson, Weeping Willow AME Zion Church, Mrs. Marguerite Johnson, Mrs. Kathy Lund, Mr. Walter Lee Moss, East Stonewall AME Zion Church, the Reverend Dr. Michael E. McLean, Mr. Edward Aubrey Sr., Mrs. Paristine Meeks, Mr. Meredith Graham, Mrs. Josephine T. Singleton, Mrs. Rena Mae Weathers Blake, Mrs. Annette McDowell Albright, Mrs. Sylvia Ann Houston, Still Creek AME Zion Church, Mrs. Bertha Lee Pfeiffer, Mr. Reggie Hoover, Walls Memorial AME Zion Church, Mrs. Lily Means, Mrs. Jean McCullough, Mrs. Eva Withers, Mrs. Kathleen Robinson, Miss Jetty Jones Gibbons, Moore's Sanctuary AME Zion Church, Nancy McDonald, Mr. Henry E. Faust, Miss Edna Cooper Jones, Miss Marie McCombs, Mr. Oscar W. Bidgood, China Grove AME Zion Church, the Reverend Marilyn Robinson, Mr. Walter Feaster, Miss Brenda Williams, Grace AME Zion Church, Mrs. Annie Mae McMillan, Miss Pearl Odell Maddox, Clinton Chapel AME Zion Church, no deaths, Big Pineville AME Zion Church, Mrs. Edna Mae Culp Washington, Mrs. Carrie Leola Washington Crawford, Mrs. Ida Mae Wilson, Hood Memorial AME Zion Church, Miss Vera Haley, Roseville AME Zion Church, Mr. Samuel Francis Barnabas Sr., St. Mark AME Zion Church, the Reverend Dr. George R. Washington, O'Connor's Grove AME Zion Church, Mr. Tommy Lee Smith Jr., Catholic Memorial AME Zion Church, no deaths, Middle Street AME Zion Church, no deaths. Bethel AME Zion Church, Mr. Robert William Forney. Henry's Chapel